Hi, I'm Seth, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yesterday we discussed Manipulable. Today we're going to be discussing the heart chakra, or Anahatta, which means also unhurt. So basically, this is actually one of my favorite chakras. I'll give a little introduction to it. So if you understand the chakra system or have studied it, you know that there's these things called half steps. And between the half steps, it's almost like a mirror for self to make sure that it's ready to go on to this next step. So basically, when you're younger, a lot of people give time frame for unlocking the chakras. I don't like to do that because I think, a lot of people will move into a chakra and, experience it and maybe unlock it, sure, but not really fully understand it or be able to tap into it in the way that would be beneficial to them. So, I think it's different, varying ages as to when and where the chakras are unlocked. So, for this one, basically, it has a half step right between the solar plexus chakra or Manipura and Anahatta or the heart chakra. What that half step essentially does is it makes sure that spirit's ready to go into that loving, grieving stage where you're able to love, open your heart up to love people and to also be able to be hurt and a lot of things like that. So basically it's just I want to say it's a protection or reflection system that helps you to, make sure that you're moving forward on the right pace. So just moving into Anahatta, what it governs is forgiveness, it governs emotional safety, unifying between spirit and body. It is that half point between like your chakras that have emotions attached and your chakras that allow you to like almost do something or have identity within self. Healing, grief, hope, trust, kindness, compassion, all those types of things it'll govern, like, basically just anything to do with love and compassion and trust and hope and things that, bring us all together, basically. And, on the opposite side, there's grief, like we just said before. And there's, feeling of loneliness, mistrust, maybe being mean or angry because you can't feel love. Me, myself, I actually was in a place recently, I didn't really realize it, but I was in a place where, like, it was hard for me to feel love because I was so angry or so hurt at things that people had done to me, and I let that change who I was for a little bit. I let it allow me to feel bitter and angry, and it just goes to show, like, it doesn't matter how much you know, like, you always got to stay on guard, you always got to have a healer around, you always got to, be able to be healed and be open to it, because, sometimes things just get inside your energy without you recognizing it or without you understanding how to get them out. So, it's located in the chest, right here. The Thymus gland governs it. What else is there about the heart? The sound associated is yum. Like yum, like you're eating something, yum. Like, it's kind of funny. Yum. 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 You should be able to feel as you say these sounds it, opening up in your heart chakra. So, a couple things, for you to understand, like when it's underactive and when it's overactive versus when it's balanced. So codependency is a huge trait of underactive chakras. You feel like you need somebody else to make you whole or make you feel loved, or I'm getting over this right now, to be honest. I feel like I'm a little codependent on others to make me feel validated, and since that's the case, I'm like making it so that I no longer have to deal with that. I no longer have to feel like I need others' validation. Loneliness, or attachment or detachment sometimes. Passive aggressiveness, or grief. Those are some of the underactives, and then overactives is you give too deep to those who don't deserve it. When a lot of people probably do this, and they're people of a heart chakra, they're loving, they're empathetic, they're empaths, but they give too much to people that don't necessarily deserve it or want it or need it. Like, it could be any of those things, but, and you can, another one is you give to people that don't want it or need it, like I just said. Overactive is really interesting because you like give out your energy too actively as opposed to taking in and receiving. Some tips to heal your heart chakra is heal old past relationships that you might. Maybe you have resentment with a past lover or something like that. And you don't always have to talk to them. You might be able to find closure outside of them. And you know, you don't always need to be in touch with the person to be able to heal from their experience. Be aware of your emotions. Be able to dive into your emotions, because often you'll feel disconnected with your heart when you can't understand and process your own emotions down here below in your lower chakras. A balanced heart chakra looks something like humility, compassionate, healthy relationships, unconditional love towards people. You know, even when people hurt you, not hurting them. You know, that kind of thing. Some stones associated: green kyanite, rose quartz, emerald, ruidite, malachite, and green jade. And just to tell you guys a quick story just about the heart chakra in itself. Last year in May, I believe we moved as a collective consciousness to the heart chakra, right? And it was interesting because during that time, I saw that a ice lake in, I believe it was either, I think it was Greenland, I want to say, or like Norway or Finland, somewhere around there, had shattered completely. And I believe that was when we moved kind of between, so as the collective consciousness, we all have a chakra that we collectively dwell on. Each country, each group of people, each whatever will have their own collective consciousness chakra, basically. For the world, I believe that we're in heart chakra or maybe throat chakra. We might be somewhere between the two. I think we're between the two really right now. We're moving into throat, knowing who we are and what we need and what we want as a collective species and human and spiritual being as well. Like, so basically, yeah, so that happened in May, I believe it was. You can look it up. It's a pretty interesting concept. I'm not 100% sure that equates to that, but I just thought that it was a cool story to share. So basically, thank you very much, guys, for coming. Like, share, comment, do what you got to do. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys at the next video. You all beautiful people at the next video.